Hello students, so welcome back to another session of physics classes. So in the last class I explained what is electric current and what is the formula for electric current and what is the unit for electric current. Electric current I is equal to Q by T, coulomb per second. Coulomb per second is known as ampere and the SI unit for electric current is ampere. And how a metallic conductor is going to work when it is connected to a battery, right? And when net charge is zero and when it is not zero, that all we discussed in the last class, right? So now today we are going to discuss the next topic based on the current itself, that is drift velocity. So the next concept is drift velocity. So drift velocity means this is a velocity acquired by the electrons. Already you know in conductors so many free electrons will be there, and after the application of the electric field, that means if it is connected to a battery, this all we discussed in the last class. So if you connected this conductor to the battery, then these free electrons are going to move in an orderly way with a very slow velocity. So the velocity acquired by these electrons when it is connected to a battery, that means electric field is going to apply some force. So electric field is going to develop within the conductor, and that electric field is going to apply some force on these charge carriers. Because of that, these electrons are going to move in an orderly way, that too with a very slow speed. So that speed is known as drift speed or drift velocity. You can say drift velocity because they are moving in the single direction, their vector quantity. So what is the symbol that which we are going to use for drift velocity is VD. VD means drift velocity. So what is the relation between current and drift velocity? Okay, see, this is a very important formula. This is the expected question for the exam. So that is I is equals to N E A into drift velocity. So this is the formula for electric current. I is equals to N E A into drift velocity. Okay, so the derivation, no need to learn the derivation, just if you remember the formula for the competitive examinations, that's enough. I is equals to N E A into drift velocity. Now we will see what are the terms. So what is I? What is I here? This is electric current, simply current. This is important. What is N? N is number of electrons, or you can say charge carriers. Number of charge carriers. Charge carriers means what? Electrons only. So number of charge carriers per unit volume. This is important. That means for a given volume, how many charge carriers are there? That is N. That means if N number of charge carriers are there per V volume, then N by V is equals to N. N is equals to number of charge carriers by volume. Okay, this is just not a number. So number of electrons per unit volume, right? This is important. So this is about N. Then what is E? E is, this is also important. What is E? Charge of electron. E is charge of electron. So this is very important. What is charge of electron? So charge of electron means it is a negative charge, and what is its value? Its value is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. So that is very important bit for the exam. What is the charge of electron? So electron charge is negative because electron is going to have the negative charge. Protons are going to have the positive charge, that already you know. And what is the value? What is the magnitude of charge of electron? That is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. Okay, in the options, if we have two options, like this. What is the charge of electron? Plus 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb, minus 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. Then this is the correct answer. Charge of electron is always negative. So minus 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb is the charge of electron. Then I completed, N, E completed. Then what is A? A means area. A means area. Area of what? Area of cross section. Area of cross section. CS ante cross section. Cross section ante enti ante this is the cross section. Because the charge carriers are coming in this way. Okay, already you know what is cross section. Cross section means normal. So these electrons are coming in this way, right? So this is the cross section. This is the area for this particular conductor. Okay, so A ante area of cross section. Then what is VD? VD is drift velocity. So VD is drift velocity. Okay, so drift velocity is the velocity acquired by the free electrons when it is connected to a battery, right? So now we can write the formula for drift velocity by using this equation. So if you see I is equals to NEA into drift velocity, then I by this all terms will come into denominator. NEA is equals to drift velocity. This is the formula for drift velocity. Understood? So drift velocity formula is I by NEA. Electric current, number of charge carriers per unit volume, charge of electron and area of cross section. Sometimes they will ask the terms also. What is A in this formula? What is E in this formula? Like that. So question can be asked in any way. So this is the formula for drift velocity. Okay? And what is the value of drift velocity? Of course, in the textbook, the value of drift velocity is given for copper. Okay, he took copper as an example, and for one particular area, he has given the value of drift velocity, and sometimes in the examination, he is asking the same question. So, what is the drift velocity for copper? So, drift velocity is 0.07 millimeter per second. So, this is the drift velocity. So the value of drift velocity is 0.07 millimeter per second. So you can imagine 0.07 is very small, that too millimeters, even small. 0.07 millimeters per second, that means in 1 second even it can't move this much distance. Very slow they are moving. The conductors are going to move very slowly after the application of the electric field. Okay. So 0.07 millimeter per second is the drift velocity for copper conductor for a given area of cross section according to the information given in the textbook, right? And in 1 year, the questions is asked in the other way also. He has given the options A 0.07 centimeter per second and option B 0.07 millimeter per second, and third option 7 into 10 power minus 5 meter per second, and D, B and C. This is the question asked. Okay, so once this question asked in the examination, what is the drift velocity for a copper wire? 0.07 centimeter per second, this is wrong. 0.07 millimeter per second, this is correct. Just now we discussed, right? And in another option, B and C is also there. So B is correct only. So in such kind of situations, you have to see whether C is correct or not. Okay, so let us see whether C is going to be the correct answer or not. C is also correct answer, because if you convert 0.07 millimeter per second, milli means 1 by 1000. All of you know the conversion, right? So milli ante 1 by 1000 part. So 1 by 1000, milli means 1 by 1000 meter per second. So we can write this as 0.07 and 7 by 100 into this is 1 by 1000 meter per second. So finally what is the answer? 7 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. So 10 power 5 meter per second. So finally answer is drift velocity is equals to 7 into 10 power minus 5 meter per second. So this is also correct. సో అప్పుడు మీరు ఆన్సర్ ఏం పెట్టాలి? సెకండ్ ఆప్షన్ కరెక్ట్ కాదు, థర్డ్ ఆప్షన్ కరెక్ట్ కాదు, డి ఈజ్ ద కరెక్ట్ ఆన్సర్. బికాస్ బి అండ్ సి ఇండివిజువల్లీ బి ఈజ్ కరెక్ట్ అండ్ సి ఈజ్ కరెక్ట్, బట్ ద ఆప్షన్ బి అండ్ సి ఆర్ కరెక్ట్. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ ద కరెక్ట్ ఆన్సర్, రైట్? సో దిస్ ఈజ్ ద క్వశ్చన్ డైరెక్ట్లీ ఆస్క్డ్ on the value of the drift velocity. Okay, so the drift velocity of the electrons is 0.07 millimeter per second or 7 into 10 power minus 5 meter per second, right children? Okay, you can make a note if any important points are there. The charge of electron is there, that is very important. And drift velocity for copper 0.07 millimeter per second or 7 into 10 power minus 5 meter per second, both are correct. And this formula is equal to NEA into drift velocity. So all these are very, very important formulae for the exam, right? So now coming to another very, very important term, that is electromotive force. Electromotive force. Electromotive force means EMF. Electromotive force means EMF. And the next one is potential difference. Potential difference. This is also known as voltage. So potential difference is also known as voltage, right? So electromotive force and potential difference, these two are the very, very important terms. Electromotive force is related to the cell. Electromotive force is related to cell, and potential difference is related to the conductor. Okay, so for every cell, even the cell that which we are using in the remote control or torchlight, you can see every cell is going to have some electromotive force. The name itself tells electromotive force, that means it is going to motivate the electrons. It is going to motivate the electrons to move throughout the circuit. That means this is the work done by the battery. Electromotive force ante enti ante work done by the battery. In other words, what you can say, this is the work done by the chemical force. Battery lo em untundi, chemical untundi. Okay, electrolyte aina chemical e untundi. మామూలుగా మనం డ్రై సెల్ తీసుకున్నా కూడా you are going to have the carbon rod. That means so battery లో స్టోర్ అయ్యే ఎనర్జీ ఆల్రెడీ మనం చెప్పుకున్నాం, కెమికల్ ఎనర్జీ. So the work done by the chemical force is electromotive force. Okay, the work done by whom? Work done by chemical force. So work done by chemical force on unit charge. On unit charge. Unit charge ante entante 1 unit charge. Okay, 1 unit charge అంటే 1 coulomb. So 1 unit charge మీద work done by whom? Work done by the chemical force. So work done by the chemical force means what? Battery is going to do the work, battery or cell. So EMF is a term related to the battery. You can see మన రిమోట్ కంట్రోల్ లో యూజ్ చేసే సెల్ 1.5 V అని రాసి ఉంటుంది. అంటే దీని electromotive force 1.5 volts అని అర్థం. So volt is the unit. Okay, volt is the unit for electromotive force. So coming to electromotive force అంటే ఏం చెప్పుకున్నాం? వర్క్ డన్. సో ఎలక్ట్రోమోటివ్ ఫోర్స్ ఈఎంఎఫ్ అంటే ఏంటి అంటే వర్క్ డన్. వర్క్ డన్ బై హూమ్? వర్క్ డన్ బై కెమికల్ ఫోర్స్ బై చార్జ్. So work done by the chemical force on unit charge. చార్జ్ మీద కెమికల్ ఫోర్స్ ఎంత వర్క్ చేస్తుంది, దట్ ఈజ్ నోన్ యాజ్ ఈఎంఎఫ్. ఓకే, సో ఈఎంఎఫ్కి ఫార్ములా, ఎలక్ట్రోమోటివ్ ఫోర్స్కి ఫార్ములా ఏంటి అంటే వర్క్ డన్ బై ద కెమికల్ ఫోర్స్ ఆన్ ద యూనిట్ చార్జ్ టు మూవ్ ఇట్ from positive terminal to negative terminal. So that anyhow you know, right? So EMF is equal to work done by chemical force by charge. Coming to unit. Okay, so what is the unit? Work done. Already you know work done is measured in joules. In SI system the unit for work is joule. In 9th class it is there. Unit for work is joule, and already we know unit for charge is coulomb. This is most important. So unit is joule by coulomb, and this joule by coulomb is known as volt. So joule by coulomb is known as volt. So volt is the unit for EMF, and 1 volt is equal to 1 joule by 1 coulomb. So 1 volt is equals to 1 joule by 1 coulomb. So this is important expected question in the terms of a bit. Joule by coulomb is equals to volt. So what type of question they can ask related to electromotive force? What is electromotive force? Electromotive force is the work done by the battery or work done by the chemical force on unit charge to move it throughout the circuit. Circuit మొత్తంలో మూవ్ చేయాలి చార్జ్ క్యారియర్స్ని అంటే ఎవరు వర్క్ చేయాలి? బ్యాటరీ. సో EMF is equal to work done by the chemical force upon charge. Work unit joule, charge unit coulomb, joule by coulomb is equal to volt. So 1 volt is equal to 1 joule by 1 coulomb. Okay, so this is about electromotive force, right? Note cheskondi, electromotive force ki formula and electromotive force ki unit joule per coulomb, and 1 volt is equal to 1 joule by 1 coulomb. So work done by the chemical force. Okay, next coming to the potential difference. Okay, so potential difference can be measured across the conductor. Okay, because we know, suppose if this is a conductor, if current is flowing in the conductor, this is a simple thing to understand. This is point A and this is point B. Current is flowing from A to B. This is a conductor. Okay, current always flows from high voltage to low voltage. Is it right? Okay, suppose if you drop water, that means water is going to come freely towards the earth because high pressure to low pressure. Spontaneously water can come from high voltage to high pressure to low pressure. Suppose if you have a body which is, say this is a body which is very hot. If I touch this one, what happens? Heat will transfer from high temperature to low temperature. So heat flows from high temperature to low temperature. Water flows from high pressure to low pressure. Suppose if you have a tank here, if this is a tank, if you have a tap over here, if you on the tap, then water will come down. Okay, because of the pressure difference, the fluid flows from high pressure region to low pressure region. Okay, so the current flows from high voltage to low voltage. So this is high voltage, this is low voltage. So here, to move the current from A to B, who has to do the work? Ikkada evaru work cheyali ante here electric force has to do the work. Electric force enduku ante this is a conductor, right? This is a conductor. కండక్టర్లో ఏం సెటప్ అయిపోయింది, ఆల్రెడీ ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఫీల్డ్ ఉంటుంది కండక్టర్లో. సో ఎస్టర్డే చెప్పుకున్నాం కదా, మామూలుగా అయితే గ్రావిటేషన్ ఫీల్డ్ ఉంటుంది. వెన్ ఇఫ్ యూ లీవ్ ఎ బాడీ, దిస్ ఇస్ కమింగ్ డౌన్ బికాస్ గ్రావిటేషన్ ఫోర్స్ ఇస్ అప్లైయింగ్ ద ఫోర్స్. సో హియర్ electric field is going to set up, and this electric field electric field is going to apply the force on the charge carriers. Okay, so that electric force is going to do the work. So the work done by the electric force on the charge carriers is known as potential difference. This V is potential difference. Okay, so V is the potential difference. Potential difference is work done by the electric force on a charge to move it from A to B. సో ఏ నుండి బీకి ఈ ఛార్జ్ని మూవ్ చేయడానికి ఎలక్ట్రిక్ ఫోర్స్ చేసే వర్క్ని మనము పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ అంటాం. సో ఏ ఈజ్ ఎట్ హై పొటెన్షియల్, బి ఈజ్ ఎట్ లో పొటెన్షియల్, because this is connected to plus and this is connected to minus, then this is said to be at high potential than this one. So current always flows from high potential to low potential. Okay, so VA is greater than VB. So VA minus VB is the potential difference. So the potential difference between these two is V, which is work done by the electric force upon charge. There is no chemical force acting inside the conductor. The chemical force is acting only at the place of battery. ఓకే, అందుకే సెల్కి ఉండేదాన్ని ఈఎంఎఫ్ అంటాం, కండక్టర్లో ఉండేదాన్ని పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ అంటాం. సో పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ అండ్ ఈఎంఎఫ్. ఓకే, సేమ్ అగైన్ యూనిట్ సేమ్ వస్తుంది. వర్క్ డన్ అంటే మళ్ళీ జౌల్, బై చార్జ్ అంటే కూలుమ్. సో జౌల్ బై కూలుమ్ ఈజ్ అగైన్ వోల్ట్. సో 1 volt is equal to 1 joule by 1 coulomb. Unit is same for electromotive force and potential difference. Potential difference ki electromotive force ki unit same, but these two are different quantities, right? So this is about the potential difference. Here this is at high potential, low potential, current flows from high potential to low potential. So VA minus VB is the potential difference, right? So this is the difference between electromotive force and potential difference. Very, very important concepts. Work done by which force? Chemical force. Work done by electric force. Formula V is equal W by Q. V is equal W by Q. Okay. So 1 joule by 1 coulomb is equal to 1 volt. Okay. Current flows from high potential to low potential. The one which is connected to positive terminal is high potential, and the one which is connected to negative terminal is low potential. Current always flows from high potential to low potential, right? Okay, now coming to some instruments. Till now we discussed some quantities. So what are the instruments? So first, if you see ammeter. So ammeter is an instrument, or ammeter is a device which is used to measure electric current. Most important bit. So one of the most important bit, ammeter is used to measure the electric current. Ammeter అనే పరికరంతోనే మనం కరెంట్ని మెజర్ చేస్తాము. అంటే సర్క్యూట్లో ఇప్పుడు దిస్ ఈజ్ అ బల్బ్ అండ్ అ బ్యాటరీ, దిస్ ఈజ్ స్విచ్ అండ్ దిస్ ఈజ్ అన్ అమ్మీటర్. ఓకే, సో బ్యాటరీ పాజిటివ్, negative terminal. If you switch on the circuit, now the circuit is open. If you switch on the circuit, then electric current will pass through the bulb and through the ammeter. So this ammeter will give the measurement, this ammeter will give the reading. That means how much current is going to flow through the ammeter. So that is the strength of the current passing through the circuit. ఈ సర్క్యూట్లో ఎంత కరెంట్ ఫ్లో అవుతుంది అనేది అమ్మీటర్లో మనం చూడొచ్చు. సో అమ్మీటర్ ఈజ్ అ డివైస్ విచ్ ఈజ్ యూజ్డ్ టు మెజర్ ది ఎలక్ట్రిక్ కరెంట్. ఇక్కడ మీరు ఐడెంటిఫై చేయాల్సిన ఇంకొక ఇంపార్టెంట్ పాయింట్ ఏంటి అంటే, అమ్మీటర్ ఆల్వేస్ ఇట్ షుడ్ బి కనెక్టెడ్ ఎండ్ టు ఎండ్, అంటే సిరీస్లో కనెక్ట్ చేయాలి, ఎక్కడ డివైడ్ అవ్వకూడదు అమ్మీటర్. సో ఇట్ షుడ్ బి కనెక్టెడ్ ఇన్ ఎండ్ టు ఎండ్, సిరీస్లో కనెక్ట్ చేయాలి. ఓకే, వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ బిట్. అమ్మీటర్ ఈజ్ కనెక్టెడ్ ఇన్ సిరీస్ in the circuits. Okay, next coming to another device which is voltmeter. Okay, so voltmeter is a device which is used to measure potential difference. So already we discussed potential difference. What is potential difference? So potential difference ni measure cheyadaniki వోల్ట్ మీటర్ అనే డివైస్ వాడతాం. అంటే ఎంత వోల్టేజ్ ఉంది ఆ కండక్టర్లో, పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ ఎంత ఉంది అని మెజర్ చేయడానికి వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు యూజ్ వోల్ట్ మీటర్. సో దీస్ టూ ఆర్ వెరీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. అమ్మీటర్ ఈజ్ యూజ్ టు మెజర్ ద కరెంట్ అండ్ వోల్ట్ మీటర్ ఈజ్ గోయింగ్ టు యూజ్ టు మెజర్ ద పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్, రైట్? సో దిస్ ఈజ్ అబౌట్ వోల్ట్ మీటర్ అండ్ అమ్మీటర్. ఓకే, నోట్ చేసుకోండి. అమ్మీటర్ is used to measure the electric current and it should be connected in series, and voltmeter is going to measure potential difference across the conductor, and important thing is voltmeter should be connected in parallel. Say if this is the bulb and battery, this is ammeter, and where we have to connect the voltmeter, so voltmeter should be connected in parallel. అంటే ఇక్కడ బల్బ్ అంటే కండక్టర్, ఈ కండక్టర్లో ఎంత వోల్టేజ్ ఉంది, ఎంత పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ ఉంది అని మెజర్ చేయడానికి ఇట్ హ్యాస్ టు కనెక్ట్ అక్రాస్, అంటే ప్యారలల్ కనెక్షన్ అంటాం దీన్ని మనం. వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు లెర్న్ డీటెయిల్లీ. సో వోల్ట్ మీటర్ షుడ్ బి కనెక్టెడ్ ఆల్వేస్ ఇన్ ప్యారలల్ ఇన్ ద సర్క్యూట్, అండ్ అమ్మీటర్ షుడ్ బి కనెక్టెడ్ ఇన్ సిరీస్. అంటే బల్బ్కి అమ్మీటర్ సిరీస్లో కనెక్ట్ అయి ఉండాలి, ఇక్కడ ఏం మధ్యలో బ్రేక్ ఉండకూడదు. సో దిస్ బల్బ్ షుడ్ బి కనెక్టెడ్ ఇన్ ప్యారలల్ టు వోల్ట్ మీటర్. అంటే ఇక్కడ పాజిటివ్ టర్మినల్ ఇక్కడికి వస్తే బల్బ్కి అదే పాజిటివ్, వోల్ట్ మీటర్ కూడా సేమ్ పాజిటివ్. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఈజ్ అబౌట్ ద డివైజెస్ ఆఫ్ అమ్మీటర్ అండ్ వోల్ట్ మీటర్. ఓకే, రైట్. కమింగ్ టు the next very important topic for the examination. This is very important topic. So very important topic for examination, that is Ohm's law. So I think you might have studied this for the exam. Ohm's law is very important. Okay, so what is Ohm's law actually? So Ohm's law ante enti ante, first if you have an iron spoke or a conductor here, this is a metallic conductor and it is connected to a battery, one battery. I am taking one battery. Say for example, the voltage of this battery, voltage means EMF. So EMF of this battery is say 2 volts. Okay, and here this is carrying some amount of current, say for example 1 ampere. Okay, listen carefully. If you apply, that means if you are using 2 volt battery, 1 2 volt cell, then this battery plus and battery minus, so current is going to pass through the conductor, and how much current is flowing through the conductor is measured with the help of ammeter. So that current is say 1 ampere. So voltage is 2 volts and current is 1 ampere. So if you take voltage are 4 volts, that means if I am increasing it to 2 cells, if I increase voltage from 2 volts to 4 volts, let the current be from 1 ampere to 2 amperes. If I take 3 cells, 1 2 3, now 6 volts, say now the current is 3 amperes. So when the voltage is 2 volts, let the current be 1 ampere. If I take 2 cells of voltage 2 plus to 4, then current is flowing through the wire is 2 amperes. 2 amperes current flow అవుతుంది అనుకుందాం. Of course అలానే flow అవుతుంది if it is a metal conductor. So 6 volts, 3 cells తీసుకున్నప్పుడు 6 volts ఉంటుంది, let the current be 3 amperes. సో ఇప్పుడు మనం ఏం ఐడెంటిఫై చేయొచ్చు? పొటెన్షియల్ ఈఎంఎఫ్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతూ ఉంటే, దట్ మీన్స్ పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతూ ఉంటే, పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ కెన్ బి మెజర్డ్ అక్రాస్ ది కండక్టర్ విత్ ద హెల్ప్ ఆఫ్ వోల్ట్ మీటర్. సో ఇక్కడ పొటెన్షియల్ మీటర్ వోల్టేజ్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతూ ఉంటే కరెంట్ కూడా ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. సో పొటెన్షియల్ డిఫరెన్స్ కెన్ బి మెజర్డ్ అక్రాస్ ది కండక్టర్. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ నోన్ యాజ్ వోల్టేజ్. సో ఇఫ్ యూ ప్లాట్ ది టేబుల్ ఫర్ వోల్టేజ్ అండ్ కరెంట్, if you draw the readings of voltage and current, when voltage is 2 volts, current is 1 ampere. When this is 4 volts, current is 2 amperes. And this is 6 volts, current is 3 amperes. So as 2 to 4 increase is 2 in voltage, so increase in current is 1. Again increase in voltage is 2, increase in current is 1. So as voltage is increasing, current is also increasing. So if you plot the graph between voltage and current, So voltage 2, 4, 6, right? So this is 0, this is 2, this is 4, this is 6. And coming to current, that this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Now let me mark, when 2 volts potential difference is there, current is 1 ampere. So 2 volts 1 ampere, 2 volts 1 ampere. This is the point. 2 volts 1 ampere. Next 4 volts 2 amperes. So this is the point. At 6 volts 3 amperes. This is the point. So 3 points. So if you join these 3 points, you are going to get a straight line. So this is a straight line variation. So whenever the variation between two quantities is a straight line, whether passing through origin or not, if it is a straight line, then voltage is directly proportional to electric current. So as voltage is increasing, current is also increasing. As you know, voltage is directly proportional to electric current. So this is the observation that which we can draw from this experiment. So one lab activity is also there in the textbook. So V is proportional to I, but one condition should be satisfied here. This should be at constant temperature. At constant temperature. So temperature is an important factor which is going to play the role, right? So that we are going to discuss later. So V is proportional to I at constant temperature. So voltage is directly proportional to electric current. So V, as you know, if you want to replace the proportionality, we have to write a constant. That constant is R into I. So V is equals to IR. So this is the mathematical form of Ohm's law. So V is equal to IR, where V is the potential difference, R is the proportionality constant here, because proportionality తీసేసి మనం ఇక్కడ R సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేసాం, and I is current. So R అంటే ఏంటి ఇక్కడ అంటే R is equals to what we can write, R is equal to V by I. R is equals to V by I. So ఇక్కడ R క్యాల్కులేట్ చేద్దాం ఇప్పుడు మనం. If I calculate R, what is R? R is equal to V by I. So V by I అంటే 2 by 1, that is equal to 2. 4 by 2, because R అంటే ఏంటి V by I. So R is equal to V by I. So 4 by 2, 4 by 2 is how much? 4 by 2 is equals to 2. So next V by I, 6 by 3, 6 by 3 is how much? 2. So R is everywhere, it is 2. So R is a constant, which is proportionality constant. V is changing, I is changing, V is increasing, I is also increasing, but V by I is always constant. That is the important thing. So V by I is always constant. V is increasing, according to that I is also increasing. Voltage increase అవుతే current obviously increase అవుతుంది, but ఒక క్వాంటిటీ కాన్స్టెంట్గా ఉంటుంది, అదే ఏంటి అంటే V by I. So that V by I is known as proportionality constant, or సో ఆ కాన్స్టెంట్ని ఏమంటాము, దాని స్టోరీ ఏంటి అనేది we will discuss in the next class. Right children? So దీని మీద బిట్స్ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి, సో ప్రీవియస్ క్వశ్చన్స్ చేయండి. ఓకే రైట్, ఆల్ ద బెస్ట్, బై, థ్యాంక్ యూ.